When you see young kids zipping around like the Energizer Bunny, you probably wonder, where do they get all that energy? Well, actually, scientists have pinpointed the answer, and we now know why aging tends to steal our thunder, so to speak. The exciting news is that there are steps you can take to reclaim your energy by helping your body function more like a child's at any age. Joining us once again from Life Extension is my friend Dr. Joyal to talk about it. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Good. So I do notice as people get older, I call it they're out of gas. And sometimes you see old people crossing the street and they're almost bent over. What's that all about?
Well, Suzanne, the thing that we're going to talk about today is the mitochondria.
I love the mitochondria.
Yes, we love the mitochondria, big word. Basically what it means is the energy power plant of the cell.
There it is.
And here we have a nice schematic of a beautiful mitochondria.
So it's in the center of the cell?
Well, the mitochondria is throughout our body in the cell, and essentially this is what a mitochondria does. It takes oxygen from the air we breathe and food energy and converts it into a form of energy called ATP used by the cell. There have been a number of studies, and I'll quote one of them. One study looked at the mitochondria in a 90-year-old versus a 5-year-old child. And in that 90-year-old, that person has about 95% dysfunctional mitochondria. So one of the things people do is they reach for those awful energy drinks filled with caffeine and simple sugars. We're talking about something very different. We're talking about enhancing cellular energy for the function of our heart, our skeletal muscle system, and our brains.
If this is a cell and
Yes.
the mitochondria is kind of in the center there, does it require CoQ10 to power that up?
Interesting you mentioned CoQ10.
Well, there you go.
CoQ10 is an important cofactor, hence the name coenzyme Q10. Very important for supporting healthy energy metabolism in the cell and the mitochondria in particular. There are other nutrients as well, things like lipoic acid, acetyl L-carnitine. All of those are very important. But we're going to talk about something today that I almost guarantee people have never heard about.
What is that?
And it's something called pyrroloquinoline quinone. We can say that again very fast.
There you go again. Pyrroloquinoline quinone.
Let's call it PQQ, a lot easier.
Thank you.
So what is PQQ? Well, PQQ is a very powerful antioxidant. And it was discovered all the way back in 1964. It works at the level of the mitochondria in something called redox cycling. What is that? Basically, it transfers electrons. And you've written about this in your books before. In order to support and optimize healthy mitochondrial function, we need to support redox cycling. Now, as far as how powerful an antioxidant PQQ is, it's about 5,000 times as potent as vitamin C in terms of redox cycling.
Do we make it in our body? Do we have to get it from outside of the body?
Great question. There is a small amount of PQQ that is made in our body. However, what we found, especially recently, some very cutting-edge research strongly supporting the use of PQQ as a supplement to support a variety of things.
You know, in all the books that I've written, all the doctors I've interviewed, I've never heard of PQQ. It's very interesting. I'm going to add it to my regimen. And what can I expect it's going to do for me in like a nutshell?
PQQ has been shown to regenerate and promote the growth of new mitochondria. Now, there are only a few things that will do that: intense aerobic exercise, caloric restriction, and some medications like metformin. So PQQ offers something very novel that's different than any other nutrient. Recent studies showed that individuals age 40 to 70 supplemented with 20 milligrams of PQQ, substantial improvements in terms of memory and cognitive function. And that effect was magnified when they also took 300 milligrams of CoQ10.
Can we get this by eating the right kind of food?
Well, PQQ is found in any kind of protein in muscle, whether that's fish or meat or chicken. However, the levels are very, very small in the diet. I won't say trivial, but again, very, very small. So in order to have substantial amounts of PQQ, supplementation is really the best strategy. It's difficult to obtain optimal amounts of PQQ just from diet alone.
So when our cells get damaged from just the wear and tear of aging, toxins, and stress, what can we do?
We need to build in a variety of different strategies. So we talked about a few. Coenzyme Q10 supplementation is a great way to really support mitochondrial cellular energy production. Lipoic acid, acetyl L-carnitine, and again, some people have heard about those, but the one that I'm almost sure they have not, is PQQ.
So if people are low in energy, can't they just drink a bunch of coffee and get all kind of juiced up?
Well, I think that's an important difference that we need to separate, and that is between bombarding your central nervous system with CNS stimulants
CNS.
Central nervous system, I'm sorry. I won't use that abbreviation. Central nervous system stimulants, as opposed to supporting energy production at a cellular level. So again, we know that ingesting all these awful energy drinks loaded with simple carbohydrates, sugars, excess amounts of caffeine will jolt the central nervous system. But what we're really talking about is energy at a fundamental cellular level. And if we're interested in health and longevity, that's what we need to focus on.
I think people are perplexed about their lack of energy as they get older in particular, and I think these things that you brought to me today with these different supplements, different things that you can do, can really turn people's health around, because it all makes sense. And I want to keep my energy so I can live a long time. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Always fascinating. Got a website?
Yes, lef.org.
Okay, we'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you.
To learn more about what you've heard today on The Suzanne Show, sign up now for the Ultimate Health Giveaway, brought to you by Life Extension. You'll receive a free special report all about how to have more energy, and it's linked to optimal health. Plus, you'll get a free 1-year Life Extension membership with no obligation and access to groundbreaking information for longer life. You'll also be entered for a chance to win exciting prizes every week, including a luxury cruise. Sign up now for the Ultimate Health Giveaway at SuzanneTV.com or at The Suzanne Show Facebook page.